My name is Michelle Campuzano, and I teach special education in a Title I school. I've been teaching for 6 years. I have taught in both private and public schools, and I have taught every grade from kindergarten to 12. There are immeasurable rewards that come with changing human lives. However, after 6 years of 60+ hours a week and funding my own classroom, I will be leaving Arizona's school system when my contract ends in May. I will continue to be an educator, but I can no longer be part of a system that continues to fail and disregard human lives. My passion and compassion will no longer allow me to sit silently from the sidelines. It's time that educators, parents, and community members unite and demand that Arizona raise its standards and redefine a free and appropriate education. I would like to spend the next few minutes taking you on a journey with me. We're going to go into the world of education from the perspective of a child. If you could imagine knowing, being, or loving the child I'm about to describe, we're going to call the child Jordan. You can identify Jordan as male or female, whichever is easier for you to connect to. I want you to imagine Jordan as a precious, bright-eyed 3-year-old full of life. Dad is absent and mom works long hours as a loving babysitter cares for this innocent child. Imagine that neighbor's house being the only safe environment Jordan has to be a child, until age 4. That's when one of the babysitter's family members takes Jordan's innocence. By age 5, Jordan finds school a wonderful opportunity to escape reality. The problem is, Jordan quickly realizes that learning does not come easy, and no matter how much effort is put forth, keeping up with peers seems impossible. Jordan had learned how to turn the escape mechanisms on to survive, but figuring out how to turn them off was far more difficult. Even after repeating kindergarten, Jordan's deficits continue to impact academic success and confidence. This continues through Jordan's educational journey. At 10, Jordan's mother meets a man from out of state, and Jordan is uprooted and ripped away from the neighbor who had cared for her, nurtured her, managed owies, helped with homework, and provided Jordan comfort for the last 10 years. By junior high, Jordan has become lost in transition. Academics and education have become a beast to overcome. Here comes that choice. Will Jordan be that dumb kid everybody notices, or will Jordan be that bad kid peers thinks is cool? After all, how much value and self-esteem can a child like Jordan have? You see, most children will pick the bad kid because they already hate themselves too much to vulnerably reveal that they're acting out as the bad kid, only to mask being the dumb kid. Without adequate interventions, inadequacies and deficits morph into behaviors, attaching another negative label on Jordan's already long list of why I'm not good enough. If Jordan wanted to survive this new home, there was no other option than to be the bad kid, and the problems increased. At 13, Jordan's battle with anorexia and bulimia began. Self-medicating with drugs became a daily routine. Somehow Jordan gets all the way through high school without anyone noticing the brokenness this young child has carried for over a decade. Jordan somehow manages to get through 12 years of schooling with 2 significant learning disabilities, an eating disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder, all undiagnosed. Jordan's story is not as uncommon as we would hope. This true story provides a perfect example of a child trapped in an underfunded, unequipped, and failing system. Data supports findings that children like Jordan are at a much higher risk of becoming incarcerated. The lack of adequate educational resources and learning opportunities in many marginalized communities contribute to the sad realities for most children like Jordan. The lack of academic success, effective educational approaches, and resources is leaving its permanent mark on entire communities, systematically oppressing the children we hope to one day pass the torch to. Here are some hard facts about the ties and connections between our failing educational system and the juvenile detention system in Arizona, also known as the school-to-prison pipeline. Both Arizona and Mississippi ranked in the 5th highest for teacher-to-student ratios and the 5th lowest for per pupil funding. Arizona and Mississippi are also in the top 5 for imprisonment rates. It is no coincidence that the state that ranks the 5th lowest funded per pupil and 5th highest student-teacher ratios in 2015, they also both were amongst the highest in incarceration rates. And if Jordan did not convince you of why our educational system needs to change, let's talk dollars and cents and the impact that our failing system has on every tax-paying resident. Putting kids in jail is expensive, And according to the Council of Economic Advisors, in 2015, the annual cost of youth incarceration for a single individual was $112,500. The average cost of tuition for a year of Head Start, $9,800. A year of public school, $12,500. Tuition and fees for a 4-year university, $32,400. Now, economically, wouldn't it make sense if we fund our schools now so we don't have to worry about funding our prisons later? If we invest even 3%, that would be $3,376 of that $112,500. We could save up to $109,000 per child and potentially provide children with the support needed to become capable, responsible citizens. Where will our state choose to invest? Compelling stories like Jordan's, statistics, and data support the theory that our failing educational system is forcing our children into a failing justice system. By the grace of God, who provided me an incredible village, I stand before you as a humble educator. I was able to break the cycle of oppression for my family. I know what a difference a healthy support system and a quality education make, and I know because that child, Jordan, her new home was Arizona. She was me. I am that child who was failed by a system that only taught me to mask deficits and pain instead of developing the crucial skills I needed to heal, adapt, and learn how to learn. Now an adult, I find myself still battling that same broken system that failed me. Only now, my fight is motivated by my passion for my son David and for my students. In my 20s, I was diagnosed with a severe reading disability and ADHD. I went on to ASU and obtained 2 master's degrees while maintaining a 3.8 GPA, which proves that people with learning disabilities are not unteachable. We just need different supports that we are not equipping our teachers or our educational systems to provide, which is setting us all up for failure. Today, I am a tax-paying, contributing member of society. I'm a homeowner, I have great credit, I'm a youth pastor, a life coach, an author, and I've spent the last 15 years being a champion and advocating for at-risk youth. In 2006, I became a first-generation graduate. This provided me the opportunity to achieve excellence, break cycles, and offer a new hope for those who come behind me. To God be the glory, I stand before you today as one of the lucky ones, humbled to have that second chance. I entered education hoping to be that person, the one who notices the ones who go unnoticed, to notice the pain, needs, and cries for help for every child and every family that needed me. The one who noticed the potential, capabilities, and every success, no matter how big or how small. I'm leaving education, vowing to not only be the one who notices, but also to be the voice necessary to create the change our children and families need and deserve. So to my son and my students, this fight's for you. What are we gonna do, Arizona? It's time we raise our standards.